Very good morning, students. See, welcome back to second year physics. Actually, in the previous class, see, we were finished about a combination of resistors. On the basis of combination of resistor also we finished the problems. Let us will move to the next one about a electric cells. Sir, what will be the electrical cell? Of course, electrical cell is nothing but it is a device. The device which maintains the constant potential difference at the end of the conductor or the terminals. See, cell is nothing but we can say battery. Usually cell, electrical cell is nothing but we can call as it is the battery. See, which used to provide a constant EMF or constant potential difference, and it is maintains a constant potential difference at the end of the terminal of a battery or end of the terminal of a cell, either by a chemical action or by a mechanical action. This is a very valid point. It is very important point. See, it is a device, the device which maintains a constant potential difference at the end of a conductor or at the end of a terminals by a chemical action or by a mechanical action, or which provides the constant EMF of a cell or EMF, or it is provides the constant potential difference, is nothing but an electrical cell or electrical device. So, the come to the point is, in this electrical cell, see, usually it is the symbol of electrical cell, which is to be, one is positive terminal, one more is the negative terminal. See, in this positive we have to show bigger one, and negative we have to show smaller one. Positive will be high, that is a big line, and small one will be the negative terminal, and which maintains a constant potential difference at the end of the terminals. These are the two terminals which consist of two terminals. One we can say higher potential. Of course, we know higher potential, that is we can say positive terminal, and next one we know lower potential, that is we can say negative terminal. Of course, you remember the direction of current is, it is a very important direction of current. Current direction is always from it is higher potential to lower potential only. This is also very important. Higher potential to lower potential only. It is always it is. So, this current will flow from higher to lower potential. In general, we can also call higher potential in the sense is anode, lower potential in the sense is we can call as the cathode. It is there in the chemistry. And here, come to the point is, see, there are two types of electrical cells are there. One we can say primary cells. There are two types of cells. That is, one we can say primary cell, we can call primary. Second is secondary cells. Sir, what are these? Primary cells and secondary cells. Primary in the sense is the cells once used, after use we cannot be recharged. The cells cannot be recharged. Once used, the cells cannot be recharged is nothing but we can call primary cells. After use, we cannot use. The best examples are related to this dry cells. Nowadays, we are using in vehicles for 4-wheeler or 2-wheelers. We are using the dry cells for batteries. That means battery. So, you say dry cell, or we can say voltaic cell. You know, in chemistry, voltaic cell. And you know, another example is Daniell cell. So, these are the three examples related to the primary. Primary is nothing but once used or after use we cannot recharge. So, the cells which we can call as the primary cells, and which we can say example, best example dry cells, and one more voltaic, and one more is the Daniell cells. Now, come to the point, secondary cells. So, the secondary cells are nothing but what? The cells after use we can recharge it. So, the cells after use that can be rechargeable. So, the best examples nowadays we are using the mobile phones because we are charging after use. Not only that, laptops. So, in these cells, what are these? These are the cells which is to be combination of lead accumulators like aluminum, iron, like the combinations are there, lithium and other components, so which is made of with like this. It is a lead accumulators, we can call lead accumulators, or aluminum and other compounds, iron and other compounds. It is to be made with these compounds, we can call as the secondary cells, because the secondary cells once used we can recharge it, but whereas the primary we cannot recharge. So this is about what we can say related to the electrical cells. Electrical cell is nothing but it is a device, the device which can maintains the constant potential difference at the end of a conductor or at the end of a terminals of a battery, or terminals, the two terminals are maintained at a higher, one is higher potential, one more is a lower potential, that can provides a constant EMF or a constant potential difference, either by a chemical action or by the mechanical action, which is very, very important. So one terminal is higher, one more terminal is lower, and the current direction is always from higher potential to lower potential, or we can say opposite to the positive charges, opposite to the negative charges. And come to the point is, there are two types of cells are there, one we can say primary, one more we can say secondary. Of course primary, the cells after use we cannot recharge, and secondary is nothing but yes, after use we can recharge. So this is about electrical cells. Clear? Now let us will move to the next one. See, EMF, electromotive force, EMF of cells. See, electromotive force, EMF of a cell. Sir, what is mean by EMF of a cell? Of course, let us, you take a battery, that is a cell, one is positive, one more is negative, and which is to be connected to, like you say, resistance capital R, it is an external resistance is connected. So one thing I want to tell you, there will be a charge flow or the current flow, or the positive charges can move from higher potential to lower potential. There will be a small opposition is there, resistor is connected, no? Of course the resistor is opposes the flow of charge, then also the charge can flow and it reaches to the negative terminal. The point is the very, very important. See, the current direction or the positive charges can move from positive terminal to negative terminal, positive to negative terminal. So without any restrictions, without any oppositions, that can reach us to the negative terminal, yes. But EMF of a cell is nothing but the charge can flow from negative to positive also inside the cell. Sir, how? Of course, it is, there is a opposition is there, because again the positive will move from negative to positive, it is little, there is a work is said to be done. The work done to drive the charge, or the work done to move the charge from negative terminal to positive terminal, there is some work is required, because already it is reaches to the positive charge is reaches to the negative terminal, it is over. But what I mean to say now this charge, this positive charge can move from negative to positive also, there is a work is required to move the charge. That's what we can call work done to drive the charge. Simple, work done to drive the charge. Complete circuit, both external circuit, this we can call external, and this we can call internal. That mean here the charge can move from positive to negative. As usual, the charge can move from lower to higher potential also inside the cell. Inside the cell also, if the charge is moved, therefore there it is to be work is said to be done. The work done to drive the charge throughout the complete circuit, including the internal circuit also. That means from lower to higher potential also. This we can call as the EMF of a cell. Very simple. EMF of a cell is nothing but a work done to drive the charge, complete circuit, including internal also. Internal in the sense is through the cell also. So it is a work done to drive the charge, work done to drive the charge. It's not an effect, it's not an force, it's just a work done to drive the charge. This is the very, very important. It is a work done to drive the charge, that's all. It's not an effect and it's not an force, which is very, very important, everyone remember. And here units for EMF of a cell, yes, unit is joule per coulomb. We can say joule per coulomb, or we can also say it is volt. We can also write here volt is the unit of EMF of a cell. So which is indicated E, or we can say E is nothing but a EMF of a cell. You want to write here? Yes, you write here like this E. And the unit is joule per coulomb, or volt, it is volt per meter. And EMF depends on, actually this is depends on, very important, it is depends on, first one, this will be depends on nature of the electrodes, that is we can say nature of electrodes, that is right, it is the plates. And it is also depends on metal of the electrodes, metals of electrodes that which we are using the electrodes. And third one, it is also depends on temperature. Which one? EMF of a cell is depends on, first one we can say nature of electrodes, this which nature we are using, and it is also depend on metal of the electrodes, and temperature also it is depends. Not only that, it is also independent on, say, size of the cell, area of the plates, and distance between the plates. See, size of the cell, it is independent on size of the cell, and it is distance between the plates, and third one, area of the plates. See, these are the things which is independent. That's what I mean to say. EMF of a cell is nothing but a simple. EMF of a cell is nothing but a the work done to drive the charge complete circuit, including the internal. Of course, external it is to be happens, but what I mean to say, it is to be complete in the sense internal also the charge can flow, or the current can flow from positive to negative, as well as the inside the cell also we can call EMF of a cell. It is just a work done to drive the charge, it is not an effect and it is not an force. And what are the units? Joule per coulomb or volt. So it is depend on nature of the electrodes, the electrode which we are using, and metals of the electrodes, which metal we are using, and temperature also it is. And come to the point is, it is independent on size of the cell, distance between the plates, and area of the cell. Now let us, I want to say, usually cells, the cell is consist of some internal resistance. Internally there will be opposition. Sir, what will be the internal resistance? That mean here, inside this cell there is some opposition is there. The opposition we can call the internal resistance. That mean here, suppose you take a cells, batteries which we are using in the vehicles, they are filling with the like one liquid H2SO4, that is a dilute H2SO4 they will fill. Dry cells also they are taking some liquid. So in that liquid, that is act like a internal resistance. Suppose you take a batteries, which one that we are using in remote batteries, or you say in watches we are using the batteries. So in that batteries, if you open it, that then there will get some black color powder. That black color is nothing but a carbon. The carbon, it act like a internal resistance. So inside the cell there will be some opposition, because the resistance is there, no? Of course, the resistance is nothing but we can call as the internal resistance. Next side heading you take as internal resistance. Internal resistance. Side heading as internal resistance. That is, we can say small r. So there is an opposition inside a cell, there will be some opposition. This is we can call small r, internal resistance, along with a EMF. Along with the EMF, there will be a internal resistance is there. That internal resistance is which always opposes the flow of charge. So that internal resistance is nothing but the opposition offered by the electrolyte. That is, I told you, no, that is liquids. It's filled with a liquid. The liquid is act like a electrolyte. So in a batteries, in that batteries also some carbon block. That carbon block also electrolyte. So there will be an opposition offered by this electrolyte. There will be an opposition offered by the electrolyte, which we can call internal resistance. Clear? Or we can say the opposition offered by the internal resistance, or the opposition offered by the electrolyte, that we can call as the internal resistance. And we can say along with the EMF, internal resistance is small r we can call, or some diagrams, some we can show like this. There will be a small r, it will give you like this. Outside also they will show, yes of course we can call internal resistance. If they will say, if they will show in the diagram like this, we can call as the internal resistance. And here come to the point is internal resistance, of course this opposition offered by the electrolytes, no, so that in this internal resistance I want to say there will be some current is left over inside, there will be a potential difference is left over, because there will be an opposition is there, no, this resistance is opposes the flow of charge. That means there is some current flow inside the, or there will be a potential difference inside the cell, that we can call V in is equal to I into R. Sir, what is I? I is nothing but a current flow from negative to positive. The resistance of R is, we can say, this is we can also call last volt, which is very important, last volt, because there is some loss of voltage there. There is a loss of potential difference between inside the electrolytes or inside the cell. That is we can also call as the last volt. This is the very important. Suppose if I take a ideal cell, sir, for ideal cell what happens? Ideal cell internal resistance is 0, which is very important. Internal resistance for ideal cell is it is a we can say like this. And here internal resistance small r, see, which is always for the external resistances, it is in series only. Suppose if I connected some external resistance, suppose if I connected some external resistance like this, there will be external resistance is connected capital R. This capital R and internal resistance is always in series. If I take a series, therefore effective will be capital R plus small r, that is what it is, which is very important information, and you remember it is. And come to the point is internal resistance is depends on distance between the plates, first one we can say, that is D, and here R directly proportional to D. That means here if distance between the plates is increases, sir, what will happen? Of course, if distance is increases, therefore internal resistance is increases, because electrolyte is more concentration of electrolyte will be there, no? The strength of the electrolyte is increases, and here it is also it depends on strength of the electrolyte. The electrolyte which we are using, the strength of the electrolyte, it is also depends. And come to the point is internal resistance also depends on area of the plates, that is A. You say R inversely proportional to A, it is also depend on area of the plates. And come to the point is internal resistance also depends on temperature. Suppose temperature is increases, sir, what will happen? Internal resistance, of course, temperature increases, therefore internal resistance is decreases, which is very important. When temperature increases, therefore internal resistance is decreases. And here you remember internal resistance of a cell can be accurately measured using a potentiometer. Internal resistance we can measure. This R can be measured by using a potentiometer. Actually there is another experiment is there, potentiometer, in this chapter only. Here this internal resistance can be measured accurately by using a potentiometer. Small r can be measured. Small r we can measure by using a potentiometer instrument. So this is about a internal resistance. Internal resistance is nothing but the strength of the electrolyte inside the cell of EMF, or there will be any opposition offered by the cell. See, there will be an opposition is nothing but a what? There is an internal resistance is there, that is we can say electrolyte. The electrolyte, the opposition offered by the electrolyte is nothing but we can call internal resistance. So this is the information related to the internal resistance. And you remember there is a very important is external resistance and internal resistance are always in the series. Always in series. Sometimes they may show inside, sometimes they may show it is like outside the cell like this. If they will show like this outside, then you say it is an internal resistance. If not, also you say there will be an inside, it is to be given as R, small r we can say, that is we can say internal resistance small r. Like this way we have about internal resistance and as well as the related to these things. Clear? So one is EMF of a cell and one more is the internal resistance of the cell, which is to be given like this. Now come to the point is there will be another one, that is about a terminal voltage. You take as another side heading as terminal voltage. Sir, what is terminal voltage? See, in this again we have two cases. One I would like to tell you, terminal voltage. First one we can say open circuit. Sir, what is mean by open? Open in the sense, is it is a open circuit? Circuit will be open? No. Open circuit in the sense is, you say there is a battery of EMF E along with the internal resistance, and there will be an external resistance is connected to this end of the terminals. That resistance will be, external resistance will be infinite. If there is an infinite, is there any current flow through the circuit? No. If there is no current flow, we can call current is 0 through the resistor, because the resistance is infinite. No? If the resistance is infinite, therefore there is a circuit we can call as the open circuit, because there is no flow of current. In such a circuits, if there is no current flow, in such a circuits we can call as the open circuit. Open in the sense, there will be no current flow. There will be no current flow. Therefore, at the end of the terminals, which we can call as the terminal voltage, end of the terminal it maintains a V. Therefore, the EMF of a cell is equal to, we can call as the voltage. That voltage which we can say terminal voltage, because E is the EMF of a cell. When there is a resistance is connected infinite, that infinite is nothing but there will be no current flow. If there will be no current flow, therefore the end of the terminals maintains a potential difference is V, or we can say voltage, terminal voltage we can say V. Therefore, EMF of a cell is equal to V. V is nothing but a terminal voltage. Is it okay? This is about a what we can call as a terminal voltage. Terminal voltage and as well as EMF of a, I mean to say open circuit. Open in the sense is there will be no current flow through the circuit. If there is no current flow, such a circuits we can call as the open circuit. In that such a circuits, the EMF of a battery is equal to voltage, or we can say potential difference between the end of the terminals, or potential difference between the end of the conductor, which we can call as the terminal voltage. This is the situation related to what we can say open circuits. Open circuits, which we can say like this. Like we have other one also is there, that we can say closed circuit. Here another one I'll tell you, closed circuit. Let us go for the closed. Sir, what is mean by closed? Closed in the sense is the EMF of a battery along with the internal resistance, there will be a resistance is connected. It is not equal to infinite. If infinite we can call as a open, because there will be no current flow. But in case of a closed circuit, says of course there will be a current flow, and here it is external resistance capital R it is. If such a circuits there is a current is flows, so such a type of circuits we can call as the closed, because the resistance is not equal to infinite. If not equal to infinite, therefore the resistance through the current flows. Such a circuits we can call closed. So I is equal to, we know according to the Ohm's law, it is a V by actually R effect we can say, because there will be R effect is nothing but both internal and external resistance are there, no? And in this case also we can say EMF is equal to V. So V by capital R plus small r, because capital R effective is nothing but a capital R plus small r, because capital R is the external and internal resistance are in series. So that here I is equal to, we can write like this, EMF of a cell. So that I is equal to E by capital R plus small r. This is the cell, the current through the cell. In this case, we can take capital E is equal to I into capital R plus small r. So capital E is equal to capital R plus capital IR. Sir, what is IR? Of course, we know IR is nothing but inside it is. We can say V in it is IR. What is capital IR? It is the external resistance, we can say capital IR. Now from this we can say the conclusion, IR is equal to capital E minus I capital R. So IR is equal to capital E minus I into, I mean to say V. See, last volts we can call. That last volt is defined as, very simple, last volt is defined as, it is the difference between EMF and the potential difference. It's nothing but a last volt. Say last volt in the sense is IR is equal to, it is EMF, the difference between EMF and the potential difference is nothing but we can call as the last volt. Clear? It is a open circuit and as well as a closed circuit, which is related to like this. Clear? This is about both the circuit, and we will see in the continuation we have other applications on the basis of this closed circuit. We will see in the next class. Thank you very much.